Hi guys, this is Wenzes. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about personal development. And today I really want to talk about the topic of wanting to be invisible and to think that this is actually protecting us when it's not. So I've gone through this. As I said, I've gotten a lot of mails and questions and comments exactly about this topic. Meaning we go through life and we think it's so much easier to not let ourselves be heard or seen or anything like that. The mere thought of people hearing us, seeing us, or in any kind of way feeling our energy is just so painful to us that we feel it's better not to reveal anything at all. We just blend in, right? So I know that this tactic is something we use very often. I have done it for like most of my life, and it's not something that is sustainable, because the problem is when you're not being seen, you're just playing a part in other people's movies. I mean, I like to use this metaphor. If you know my channel and you know me, this is something I talk to you about very often, but it's so true, because when you do that, you don't have like this one role that you play for your life. And don't think of it as, oh, I'm playing a role, so I'm not really being myself. No, the way you create your reality is also the role you're playing within that. So if you're deciding to be an actor or a lawyer, then this is one role you're playing in your life that you've created for your current reality. And if you decide to be a mission worker somewhere in a third world country, that is also a role you're playing, and you're deciding that because you're choosing your reality, you're creating your reality, and you say how you want everything to look like. So if you look at it from a completely theoretical point of view, you have no obligations and most of the times to say, okay, I'm gonna pack up all my stuff and I'm gonna live somewhere in the jungle. Just like right from theory. We know that in so many cases we think, I can't do that, when in the end we could if we wanted to. We just don't want to, because it would mean that we would have to change our lives completely, or we're afraid that the change we would make wouldn't make us happy. But when we come to like this whole thing of being invisible, that means that you're not playing a role in your life at all. I mean, like at all. It's not like you're choosing to play like this active role in, let's say, being a lawyer, and then you realize, well, I don't like the corporate life. I actually want to do something completely different. You're not even trying to play anything. And if you're not trying to play, if you're not trying to create, there's no way for you to realize what doesn't work, what you don't like about it. Like there's nothing. And you're pretty much playing the supporting role in the movies of the people that you interact with. In most cases, those are not many people, right? I mean, this typical thing of INFJs, well, we have just like a close group of friends, but those are very near to us. It comes from these tendencies. I mean, you know how much I don't like stereotypical portrays of INFJs because they cater to our unhealthy characteristics, right? I mean, like, I'm not saying I need a lot of friends. I still don't have that many friends, but I know I have so many more connections with people. I have such great connections with you guys. I have great connections with my friends, and they have become more, and they could have never happened if I was the way I was before, which was those people didn't know me at all, because I was so scared to show myself. And it's a completely understandable reaction, because you have to think about it like this. If you don't have your own reality that you create, I mean, you're still creating it, right? But you're just creating to be like this little role in other people's movies, and you don't do anything that will support your life. You have no energy. Everybody around you is sucking out your energy, and it's not even their fault, because you don't tell them at all what you don't like, you don't set boundaries, and so on. So this vicious circle leads to you having less and less energy, and you being more and more aware of other people's energies. So the moment you kind of change a relationship, let's say with a friend that has always been used to you also liking his music, or you also liking her taste when it comes to movies or whatever it is, or her point of view when it comes to what is right in life, and then at some point you said, well, now I'm gonna care about what I want, and I'm gonna let you know so you kind of know who I am. So you're pretty much saying, I'm not gonna be invisible anymore. That person is gonna react strongly towards you because you're just like perplexing them. They don't know what's going on. You kind of like shift who you've been all this time to like this new version of yourself, which for you just means I'm showing who I am. But people get caught off guard because of that, and then they react weirdly, and you think like, oh, that doesn't feel good. You feel other people's emotions so much. So the transition is really very painful. I mean, I can't really put it in perspective to somebody, like going to rehab or doing anything extreme like this, because we're talking about like really illnesses that are really, really painful. But I have been to a point where I had so much neglected who I was that getting out of that was so painful. It was really me going to like this emotional detox, right? I mean, I really was not getting the love that I used to get from all that time. Not that it was much, it was like little, but that little tiny bit, I hold on to that so much, and I got, because I was portraying everything the people around me wanted to see. I was invisible. People could put on me whatever they wanted. They could project onto me whatever they wanted. And it wasn't their fault at all. That was all I was giving out. So I went through life thinking, if I'm being invisible, people can't get annoyed by me. They will leave me alone. They will not target me. I thought I was protecting myself, meaning that if I'm invisible, people can't hurt me. There's nothing that I could like bother people with. But you constantly give yourself no chance at all to generate any kind of energy that is uplifting. You're not generating anything. Your complete life force is being like put to this small little thing. And the only thing you're trying to do is with how little energy can I survive? That is not healthy. And on top of everything, it makes you feel like getting out of it gets harder and harder. And the thought of you really starting to be visible, for people to see what you actually like, it's just like painful, because it will cause you pain in the beginning. There's no way around it. You change the way people have seen you all the time, and suddenly you're somebody else. And then you say, well, this is what I like, and I actually don't like your music. And if I want to go to movies, then it's this kind of movies. And I actually like to listen to those kind of people, and this interests me. And you feel like, if I do this, then I don't have any friends. Like, everybody that has been in my life has been with me because I always did everything for them. But you'll see, once you change, either your friends will accept the new version of you and will stay with you, and you'll really create like relationships through your own world, or you find other people who actually really believe in what you believe in. And you know how it happens? It's just because the moment you start fighting for yourself, you become the person who actually believes, I do deserve friends. I am actually very interesting. And there are people who are out there who definitely share what I like. So let me find those people. Let me go to like concerts that I like. And then I'll find people who like the same music I like. Or they like some kind of niche that I like. There are people out there who love exactly what you love. Not all of it, parts. With the one person, you can share the fact that you both like academics. With the other one, you can share that you always have fun together, or that you laugh at the same jokes. With the third one, it's because you have the same ambition. You're just like this candle. This candle has like a little light on it, and the only thing you do is just trying to protect it. You're keeping a little thing over it, and you're saying, I'm gonna keep my light small, and that way, I'm just trying for people not to hurt me. But first off, it does annoy people when they don't know who you are, and from time to time the real you comes out and they realize it. And second of all, that's all you have. You have this little flame. And there's so much more. You could have like this big fire if you just go to places where you add like some wood to it and really create like a fire out of it. Like, you can really make this happen, but therefore you have to stop being invisible. So if you think you'd rather be invisible because that way people can't hurt you, you're lying to yourself, because people will hurt you. You'll just isolate yourself more and more, and at some point people will just like take the last breath of you, where you feel like, I don't have another choice. I have to go on the offense because I've been defense my entire life, and it didn't help at all. You have to get into offense of your life and really wanting to create something proactively for you. That's the only chance you have to really have a great life, to have a happy life, to share your passions. Like, think of all the things you love that you don't share with anybody. Find a way to share it with people, because you're unique and it's wonderful how you are, and people like deserve to see your light. Being invisible will not protect you, believe me. So stop being that. I know it's painful in the beginning, but realize it's not gonna be that hard if you keep on going. I promise you that. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. And if you're interested in coaching, check out the link in the description or somewhere in the cards that came up earlier. I have a video, testimonials, and so so on. So talk to you next time. Bye guys.